Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bunny Vision Movie Night. And we're going to be watching Tombstone. Of course, you are joined by your host here, Chester C. Busby III. But I am also joined by two of the standard Fanspeak guys that are around here all the time and here helping us out. And they're going to enjoy this movie with us, and we're going to love it because Tombstone is absolutely awesome. How you doing, Thundara?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm great, dude.
Good.
I only
Good.
streamed 7 hours straight yesterday. I'm fine.
Everybody wants the bugbear's attention. That's
I
why.
know, dude.
Everybody wants a piece of the bear. This
Yep.
movie is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best westerns, definitely of the last few decades.
Oh yeah.
It's a great movie, top to bottom. I'm very looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, and it's one of those classics that really stands up. We watch a lot of movies over here. A lot of them are older. We've watched a couple newer ones too, but we like choosing ones that stand up. And this movie is eternal. It's always good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's because it's a really well made western, I guess. And that's why it just stands up because it's not set in a movie era anyway. But I mean, come on, you got Val Kilmer, you got Kurt Russell, you got Sam Elliott. Need I say any more? I mean, really,
No,
you know?
not at all. It is an absolutely wonderful film. It's Val Kilmer doing what Val Kilmer actually does well, which is not
Yes,
be Val Kilmer.
that's right. Oh,
When he's
he's
not being
really,
Val Kilmer, he does fantastic.
yeah.
Oh,
Um,
you're
People
my Huckleberry.
exactly. Well, people kind of forget that about Val, especially because of his current recent trouble in the past decade that
yeah,
he's been having. But the thing about him is he's one of the best, chameleon-like method actors we've had in our generation. I mean, Val's amazing. Um,
absolutely.
Mm. And of course, we have a few people are joining us in here. We got P Money, we got Dave, they got Big Daddy Soybean, and they're all saying hello. Nice to have you guys with us. Yeah, it is an awesome movie, dude. And Denali's going to be put. I think it's Denali. He's going to be putting up
Yeah.
the rabbit link here very shortly. But we usually wait about 10 minutes before we get into it anyway, just to make sure everybody can gather. We got Eric coming in here. We got Six Stale Combat coming in as well. He just came in to drop a like. Well, thank you, man.
Yeah.
That's appreciated. I actually, in my streaming yesterday, I actually was on Model Citizen for the first time. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I
Model
enjoyed that.
Citizen? What's that?
Yeah. Model Citizen is a show that JP does, JP4, and they get on and they do models. They talk about modeling and they do modeling. I mean, high end stuff, right? I'm not talking about, just little stuff you did when you were a kid. I'm talking about that pro level. And I do some of that myself. Mainly, I'm a miniature painter, but it was just really cool to be over there and bask in the awe of the awesomeness.
Absolutely. Yeah, it
Yeah,
does. It is very interesting um, watching them work. It's
yeah, it
quite
is.
spectacular, actually.
Yeah, it is. They were all surprised to see me over there too. Chester's in here. I'm like, you guys know who Chester is? Why would you know who I am? But it was fun, and it's actually a topic I can speak on a little bit. I mean, from an amateur point of view, but I did enjoy that a lot. But yeah, so if you haven't checked out JP4's Model Citizen, go check it out, man. It's really interesting to watch those guys. Just take a piece of plastic and bring it into something, and they go above and beyond the normal just model kit. They do all kind of crazy stuff. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. But we're here today to talk about Tombstone, of course. And uh, you know, I've seen a lot of westerns in my life, and of course, have some that I like more than others. I mean, I certainly, prefer a Clint Eastwood movie usually if I'm have to choose, but this one has always been on my list ever since it came out. I can't. What year did this come out, Denelli?
I believe it was 93.
It was early '90s for sure. '93 or '94, I want to say.
Wow. I even felt it was earlier than that, but we actually have the theatrical uh,
Yeah.
the theatrical one today. We're not doing the extended one. We don't want to be here. What was that? 3.5 hours? Was it? I
Yeah. No, no.
mean,
December 25th, 1993. It was a Christmas gift.
oh wow, yeah.
Here you go. For Christmas, have some extreme violence.
and some awesome acting too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
But
this
what's
is
your guys' favorite Western though?
Ooh, that's a big
man.
topic.
It is.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. My grandpa was a John Wayne uh person,
the,
so
the
you're
problem is while they're all westerns, they're all so different. Like you
yeah.
have your basic action movie western, then you have your comedy western. You can do a very serious, dramatic western like Tombstone. It just really depends. I would say if I was forced to pick one, it'd probably be The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I think it's just a
Oh
good
wow.
blend of all of it, and it's an epic movie. It's really long, but it's awesome.
Which
That
is kind
is.
of funny is that's the prequel for the other two films
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
trilogy.
Yeah, it is an awesome movie though. But you know what my choice would be? Of course, thank you very much, Denali, for calling me a
Mm.
grandpa.
Ooh,
John Wayne is awesome. But actually, I think my favorite Western is maybe a strange choice, but I like High Plains Drifter, man.
Yeah, that's a good
that's
It
a
is a
good
choice
good
right
choice.
movie.
there.
It's a
Yeah.
good choice. It's a fantastic movie. It's actually, it's more of a movie set in the western setting than it is a western.
It's almost like a
Because
theater play in a way.
yeah, it's very theatrical. It's very psychological.
Mm.
It's a good movie. It's a fantastic movie.
And in the end, is he the ghost of the murdered man, or is he the devil?
That's
Right?
the question.
Mm.
Nobody really knows the answer to. I
Yeah,
think that was the
it's
point.
it is. Yeah, it is really cool. All right. Uh,
Open to Big Daddy says Open Ranges is another surprisingly good modern western. Costner is really good in that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
right, that's right, and people joke about it, but his other movie there, Dances with Wolves, actually is a really good western.
yeah. It's
I don't,
so good they keep ripping off the story and making other movies out of it.
right,
Avatar
right,
cough.
right.
You know what's amazing about Tombstone is that they fired the director and they hire another director, but that director was just the face, and Kurt Russell was actually
Mhm.
directing this whole movie.
Well,
Um,
Kurt Russell is pure awesomeness, so he can do anything.
yeah. No, what I mean is what's amazing because everybody thought that this movie was going to bomb because of all this production woes, but he was able to pull it off,
Mhm. Well, I
eh,
mean,
which was
let's be honest. I mean, Russell is a Disney kid. He's been in movies literally since he was what, 7?
Hmm.
I mean, so
he
he
was
does
he
know
was
this industry.
Disney he was Disney bred and raised.
Yes, he was. He was. He was actually in an Elvis Presley movie. It was like his first flick, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, right.
So
But he did
so
a movie recently though, Bone Tomahawk, which was killer. Did you guys see that?
yeah,
I have not,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Dude, talk about weird. That's like a Western horror.
Yeah, it's interesting that there's not more of that. You would think. I mean, they've tried a little bit of everything with a western paint on it, but there's not a lot of horror when it's a perfect setting for it. You would think there'd be more of it.
Mm, yeah, yeah, you
So
would.
just to name a couple of the actors and actresses involved in this production, you have Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, like you said, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton. Those are the Earp brothers. And then you have Powers Booth, which
Hmm.
is Bill Curly Bill, Michael Bean as John Ringo, Charleston Heston, Stephen Lang,
Hmm.
Thomas Hayden Church, um, Mike Rooker, Billy Bob Thornton, Billy Zane, John Corbett,
Mm,
Buck Taylor, and Terry O'Quinn. So a lot
wow.
of names in
Yeah.
there. And
What a
then
great cast. Yeah.
yeah,
It is awesome. Well, guys, we're going to start the movie up here in a second. So make sure that you hit that link that Denali has dropped right there for Rabbit. Just click it or come on over. If you have any trouble with it, you might have to set up an account or make sure you're on Chrome or stuff. It's a touch fiddly, but in general, it just seems to work.
yeah,
But just click that link and come on over here in here with us because what we do with this format. Of course, we can't watch a movie on YouTube. They would hit us for copyright strike, and fairly so, right? But what we can do with Rabbit is we can do it live. We can stream it live. It's not like we can put a copy up or anything like that. It's the live event thing. But in this way, we're kind of sitting in each other's living room watching a movie, and that's all. That's all good, right?
Yep.
So definitely jump over to Rabbit and join us so we can start this movie out. All right.
Yep. And if you're friends with my account on Rabbit, you can always go to My Friends tab on the right hand corner. Go to next to my name and see where it says the little radio button that has the little television on it. Go to room, click on that, and you'll come into the public room as well.
Sweet. All right.
So, all right, starting the film
Kick it off.
on Rabbit.
Here we go.
Yep.
We are starting right now. All right, and that was your cue. If you're listening later, the now is when you should start your movie, and you can follow along with our commentary if you desire. If any of you guys are interested in or annoyed by us speaking too much, no problem. Just go ahead and shut us, mute us over here, and for a while. But we are, of course, making a YouTube stream, so we're going to be talking about it. Ooh. No.
So, Chester,
yeah,
what's your favorite Western non-Western film? Where everything is Western, but it's done in a different genre. And to answer your question, narration, that's Robert Mitchum. Mitchum, yeah.
Yeah, Robert Mitchum, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Me? Oh, I don't know. We froze up. My favorite Western, non-Western, meaning follow the tropes of it. I don't know. Give me some examples, I guess.
Let's go, for example, Logan. That was a Western, but it wasn't really a Western.
Was it?
Right.
I can see that. Yeah, it was heavily inspired by Western themes, Western storytelling.
I guess you're saying. I mean,
it's so successful. It's perfect for Wolverine. That
Star Wars is kind of a Western war movie in a way.
Yep, it has very Western fantasy in it.
All right, we're starting out. We're in a Mexican town. They're about to have themselves a big old feed bag put on here. A lot of Westerns do start out in some Mexican town. Poor Mexicans. They're always getting shot up.
Well, I don't think so. I think that happens after the Man with No Name trilogy, the spaghetti Western. That's when that motif started coming in.
Oh, I see. Yeah. The red sashes.
Because otherwise, it started with the, prairie things and everything. So, look at that. Be quiet, silence, and just watch the movie. My throat's going to go. It's going, so I'm just going to be talking less today.
That's okay. This is really having trouble for you, dude. This version. You might want to try a different service or make sure that you don't have anything on you don't need to have on. Yeah. Yeah, this is really choppy. You might want to try to find another version of this, dude, before we get too deep.
Here you go. Hang on. Try this one. This might be the one you're using, actually. I don't know, but try this one.
Yeah, but just keep in mind, whoever's stream is Denali, that it's coming through your bandwidth, right? So. Yeah, you got to find another one, Denali. Thomas Jane Punisher.
Denali, are you there?
I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe that's why we're having trouble. No, he's doing something over here. I can see that.
I'm going to have to end the room quickly and then just...
Okay. Quick reset.
But yeah, just quick reset. Because I can't close it with and then put the new thing.
Okay, we're gonna
in
put up
there.
a new rabbit link there for. Um, uh,
No, same rabbit link. It just give me a second.
oh, okay. All right. Good. Good.
Yeah,
We'll
the
wait.
same link work.
No, that's
It's
all
just
right.
that I
It happens sometimes.
it
We
happens.
Yeah, we definitely want to have a smooth run on this one though, because yeah, there's some really cool stuff, and we don't want to lose the tempo. But they do start out pretty brutal in the beginning. We have a wedding, and they decide they're going to murder everyone at it.
Hmm.
Bad guys,
I like.
established.
Oh man,
Quick reset. Yep.
Man, Rabbit is just having troubles right now.
Is it?
Yeah, on my end it is.
Hmm. Well,
Rabbit, you're holding up the show here, Rabbit.
well, since they changed
yeah.
their format a few weeks ago, I can't even really use it over here in
Yeah,
Japan.
they really messed it up and they messed around with it, unfortunately.
Well, I'm sure they're trying to make
Okay.
sure they don't get shut down.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
So how's it going? You think you figured it out? Got it licked?
Yeah. So everybody come in.
All right. All right, we're back in and the play button has been hit. So we're starting over from this point. Well, the audio is better anyway.
Sure
Yep.
is.
Yeah, much better. Wow. It was a violent time, huh?
Oh yeah. All right. Being
It
quiet
was
now.
actually surprisingly not as violent as people think it was. You know, the movies have made it out to be like it was the Wild West. It really wasn't that wild. There wasn't as much violence as people think. There was a lot, but there wasn't as much as you would imagine.
Hmm. Well, I mean, if everyone's dying all the time, nothing's getting done, and therefore the West is not won, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. The red sashes.
Bum, bum,
It's
bum,
not a
bum.
very original name. They call themselves the Cowboys. Oh no, we're back to the Mexican village and we're having a wedding. Yay.
Bad things are about to happen.
Well, like I said before, a lot of bad things happen in Mexican villages. Ooh, he's got cards on his boots. I mean, no, those are chaps. Sorry. Uh-oh. Happy couple. Uh-oh. You would think they would at least give him a day. No, just bad
Nope.
guys.
Not even a day for him.
Nope. Well, it makes for good Hollywood, but you all kill two cowboys and they start shooting. I think you would probably lose more cowboys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty bad plan. Just walk right
Yeah,
up
that's not a
to
good plan. Looks like we win. Should have half of you dead.
At least.
And Johnny Ringo didn't even pull his gun. Mexican police. Oh, wow.
Oh, that'll do it.
Shot him in the leg even. Not nice, man. Wow, that was almost like the Magnificent Seven moment.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Kurosawa still affected so many movies, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, well. He has a conscience a little bit. And oh, look, Yandu. Yandu's in this movie. He is, dude. That was Yandu.
He's been around for a while.
He has, man. And he's even there, he has a conscience. Oh, no.
He's Mary Poppins, y'all.
Mary Poppins, y'all. Finally, he pulls his gun to kill a priest. Pay a rider. Another great movie, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh, I love Pale Rider. Another questionable movie of who the character really is, you know?
Mm-hmm. They don't do that. I think that's another thing they've over the years have missed out on is like a more mystic angle to westerns. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, well, a lot of things. These days you don't see that many Christian elements unless they're mocking it though. They're kind of a little bit on their rampage. I guess you see a little bit, but they use it more for the supernatural than they do
Mm-hmm.
something like that, which is more prophetic, you know?
Yeah, I would very much like a one that uses Christian allegory and things. I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Hurts, don't it?
The first PETA member.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of us in the world that don't really enjoy seeing animals getting hurt for no reason, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
Silent
But
psychopath.
the joke went over your head.
no, I got the joke, dude. And PETA be damned.
Yeah, it's it's a classic signal to show a good person. Basically, it's just he'll protect an innocent animal.
Yeah. Of
Very good
course,
story.
the real Wyatt Earp probably wasn't a very nice guy, actually.
No,
Yeah. And
not by any stretch of the imagination.
no. And Eric says they mad because they didn't have no chalupas. Probably, dude.
Now they had good Mexican food.
Good goodness gracious! Now I'm being accused of old enough to be in the have been in the Wild West. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm not that old. God.
I've said for a long time they need to make a Western Ghost Rider movie. I think that'd be awesome.
The old Ghost Rider, the horse riding one, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah. Now we're chatting a little more than we were before because this is just introduction of the families and it's all happy. We'll get back into it more when they are more murder. We need more murder.
We're gonna get plenty of that.
Yeah, we do. But they do have a nice little story arc with the women actually, particularly Earp's Wyatt's wife.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting how small of a budget this movie actually had. I was looking it up. 25 million production budget.
Wow,
All
yeah,
these
well that's interesting.
big name people in it. But westerns are cheap to make. That's why they dominated Hollywood for so long.
Yeah, but there's costuming and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't talk, just enjoy it.
Look at that. People walk around dressed like that all day long.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, we really have horrible fashion these days. We
Yeah.
really do. Yeah, t-shirts and jeans. I mean, it's comfortable, but it is. I prefer the old times. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Laudanum. Laudanum.
Was Sam Elliott ever young?
Well, Sam Elliott is eternal, and of course, does this not look like our Edwin? Does it not?
It does.
I
He
think
does
I
look
think
awful lot.
I think when we look at Edwin, we subconsciously see Sam Elliott.
We do, and yeah, he's
Oh.
always looked like this, dude. That's what I'm saying. He's eternal.
Yeah, he doesn't age. He doesn't age very hard.
Peach of a hand.
That distinguished gentleman is 74 years old. Not when this movie was made, but he was in his 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, you're not wearing a bustle, how, dude? It's supposed to be a southern. It's supposed to be a southern gentleman, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
There is a very homoerotic nature to Southern gentlemen in movies.
yeah, kind of like British.
Yeah.
Take it. Oh. It's like every line, dude.
Mm-hmm. This is one of the best performances, not just of his career. I think it's one of the best performances of the last decades. Honestly, his performance in this movie. You got Heath Ledger's the Joker. It's just a career-defining performances.
It is, yeah.
You know what's kind of funny is it's this performance that got him to become Bruce Wayne in Batman for Batman Forever.
Which was not a good choice.
They wanted him to be. I kind of see what they were trying to go for. They wanted him how he's like Doc Holiday as Bruce Wayne, kind of like that without the southern accent, that cool guy. Mm-hmm. And then Batman being brooding. Unfortunately, Val Kilmer didn't get the memo and played him straight for both roles.
Yeah, well, he was trying to be Bruce Wayne, and he's a method actor,
Right.
That's the pros and cons of method actors.
It's true. That's a fair point. But it's just every damn line in this movie from him.
Yeah. He just takes all the money.
Good evening, Nan.
Now this lady's supposed to be Big Nose Kate, Hungarian prostitute, which was Doc Holliday's common law wife. But
Wow.
yeah, but being Hollywood, we see the actress lacks the big nose.
Yeah. So, so they're trying to help Doc Holliday's memory. That's all right. I'm good with that. Because this is kind of interesting for any of you guys who are in here that aren't American. This is, of course, a Hollywood movie, but these people were real, and this event that the main event, the OK Corral, is real.
Right.
It's certainly a Hollywood take on it, but this is part of American history, and I think some people kind of miss that when they watch this
Right.
movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other thing that's kind of been embellished over the decades and now century
Mhm.
is that what they really attributed Wild Earp about actually came from his brother Virgil. Virgil, who's played by Sam Elliott, actually was the Marshal, U.S. Marshal, and everything that they attributed to Wyatt Earp is after the OK Corral is when Wyatt Earp became a marshal as
Yeah,
well.
that's true. Yeah, that is true. But he's a legendary marshal, though.
Right.
But another thing that's interesting at the time when this, was actually happening, in the from the
Women's suffrage right there.
1860s to the 1890s, right?
Hmm.
Really is when you see most of the Western setting. Actually, because of the dime store novels that were all over the world,
Yeah,
actually the first kind of almost superheroes were the American gunfighters and
Yeah.
marshals and sheriffs and stuff. It's an interesting little dynamic, but they were well known. I mean, Wyatt Earp was known around the world. Jesse James was, and his antics were known around the world, right?
yeah. Which is kind of funny that the best known figures in the Wild West, as we think about it, was actually when the Wild West was ending the last
Yeah,
decade or so.
yeah,
It is interesting, actually, you bring that up because the thing that you don't see a lot of, I mean, there's some of it, but you don't see a lot of it, especially in Westerns, is you don't see a lot of the, we know why, of course, the things that actually won the West, the massive battles that the U.S. fought with the natives.
oh
Were,
sure,
some of them were absolutely gigantic in scope, how many people were there fighting. And you never see them really talk about that. These movies are all basically after that sort of stuff happened.
that's true. Well, manifest destiny and all.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Here's the thing: for people who don't know, why do you think Geronimo was so popular? I'm pretty sure the gentlemen on this panel do know where Geronimo came from, but
he
everybody
came
say
from Mrs.
Geronimo,
Geronimo.
Mrs. Geronimo,
No, of
or the
course he was.
chieftain. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead,
No, no, that's all
Chester.
right, dude. Go ahead, continue what you're doing.
I was gonna say no. It came from the chieftain Geronimo, who staged an attack above the hill, and all his band called Geronimo as they attacked, and it was kind of like so awe-inspiring and so kind of like a biblical sense of all these Indians coming down. Like think of the Lord of the Ring, Two Towers with Gandalf and all of the
Yeah,
army just coming down, and the defenders seeing this, yelling at.
yeah.
That's how that's how much that name was imprinted for with the survivors.
Mhm. And for those who might want to get into a conversation regarding the manifest destiny and all those wars that Thunder will talk about, understand that there were all kinds of different Indians, just like there are all kinds of different peoples and nations and tribes.
Hmm.
But the simple fact of the matter is, we conquered America. And that's
Yeah.
just the way it is. They're a conquered people. We didn't steal it. We didn't do any of that nonsense. We conquered it. So if you want to argue and complain about that, go right ahead. But at least be honest about it.
When it something people forget is when it comes to nations, might doesn't make right, might just makes. Doesn't really
Yeah,
right or wrong is largely irrelevant when it comes to power.
yeah,
It,
sure.
people might not like that, but that's just the reality of the
It
world.
is what it is.
Yeah.
And I love how they like to pick on the early times, like where we get Thanksgiving out, that comes out of, because
Yeah.
in that period, actually, they had a great relationship with the natives. It
Yep.
wasn't really until the later part where America became America and the state became a thing. We're talking about the 19th century,
Mm.
mid to late 19th century when we really see America become America, right? And
Right.
before that,
Right.
the interactions were really good, and people took sides. I mean, we talk about the French Indian War. I mean,
Yeah.
it's literally the French were siding with one group of Indians, and the English were siding with another, and those Indians hated each other. It
Yep.
was actually their fighting, and we were just siding to one or the other. It wasn't
Right.
it wasn't like people portray it these days.
And
And
it's
then
a shame there's so much ridiculous revisionism and ridiculous shaming put on people for it, because
Mhm,
imagine how awesome some of these stories could be if we could actually have them told in a big budget movie. Like,
mm. And
there's
some have
stories
been.
from the old west of literally 100,000 Indians versus the cavalries, and just ridiculous things that would be awesome to see,
It
and we'll
would be.
never really get to see it in all
We
its.
might.
Well,
We
maybe
might.
one day, but not
These
for a while.
politics will shift. I love this scene, though. I love this scene. This guy's kind of a jerk to kind of force his way into the bar, and he's running a pyramid game. It's called not pyramid, sorry, Pharaoh. It's a very
Uh-huh.
popular game in the West, a card game. We think about poker and stuff like that, but actually in the West, Pharaoh was the big game,
Yep.
and he's about to take over his business. Oh, skin that smoke wagon and see what happens. What a great line. Oh,
This could be a totally different context if it wasn't for a Western.
this is what you call intimidation. And when we do our D&D games, understand when someone makes their role, this is what happens. They become Kurt Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Oh, Kurt. So beautiful. He's so thin for this too.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, I know it's perfect, right? But the thing it's interesting about Kurt Russell that people don't mention so much is he actually takes his roles very seriously. Of course, we know it's from his acting, but he also physically he
Yeah.
transforms himself for each character, and he demands the time to do it with it before he take a contract. He's really good about that, actually. Uh oh, they know each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
it's weird seeing Billy Bob that fleshy.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, right? That's Billy Bob
Mm-hmm.
Thornton, by the way.
Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton,
Yeah.
whose performance was, mm-hmm,
Uh-huh. Well, he's got hair in this one.
It's
yeah, he
interesting
has
how
hair
short
over.
he is compared to them. Billy Bob. May go nuts.
Leave that shotgun. Well, you just lost all your weapons today, man.
He just gives it to him and thanks him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Well, this guy's Bill Paxton, right? The younger brother. Isn't that his
Morgan,
name?
yeah, Yeah, Bill Paxton.
He's Aliens fame. Oh,
Terminator as well.
all right.
And Weird Science. That's the older brother.
Tony. He used the word Tony. Very cosmopolitan. Every damn line, dude. Have we seen a drop line yet from Val Kilmer? Hi.
And slowly we're getting our little posse together.
Mhm.
Principal Plass.
Vermilion. Law abiding. They just shot two people down. Law abiding. See, that's what America used to be. You shoot someone down and follow the law. See, we need more of that.
I agree. Sorry, I had to step
Yes.
away to help my wife
How's she
get in.
feeling, dude?
Oh, she's fine. She wanted to come in. She didn't know we had started.
Oh,
She's in here watching with us.
oh, that's
There's
cool.
Billy Zane.
Welcome, Mrs. Thundero. Please don't throw lightning my way. My wife is beautifying herself over here. I think she's a bit put off of me today.
Mm.
She said, "No, I don't." Well, no, no, you aren't would be correct, baby. But that's all right. Tall drink of water. I want someone
Yeah.
to call me a tall drink of water.
Look at that
Well,
Billy.
now we know where the term thirsty came from.
Oh, I want one. She wants one.
Happy hunting.
Happy hunting. It's wonderful. Billy Zane with hair. A lot of
Yes.
people have hair in this movie. What happened?
Age hit them hard.
Yeah.
I know people are hit or miss with Billy Zane, but I love him, dude.
Yeah, I like Billy Zane too.
Yeah.
I think he was doing great until he made that poor decision of being the Phantom.
You see, but I don't hate the Phantom though, dude.
But
I get
that
what they were
Phantom,
trying to do.
the Phantom hurt his career because he couldn't recover
Yeah, no,
after that.
it's true. It's true. I just think people didn't get what they were trying to do with it, but yeah, I get it. Yeah,
I think if they tried to do the Phantom now, they could probably do it a lot better.
probably. Yeah,
As long as they got the tone right. That was the problem. The tone was just all off.
yeah.
They
It's
didn't know if
interesting
it
that
went.
they
Go
have
ahead.
a theater here in this town.
Yep.
Yeah, he had the saloon and casino.
Does she have a bustle on today? I hope not. Actually, I think that's the only really thing that suffrage accomplished was having women not have to wear those damn things. They must have been
A
uncomfortable as
lot of
hell.
women who would gladly wear those things. They love
Some.
that fashion.
Yeah, some. That's true. But of course, this was not men's choice, by the way. It was, of course, women's choice. It's their fashion, right? Uh oh. Here we go. Professor, he catches stuff. Okay. They're actually shooting at us. Ooh. And you see the sheriff, that's okay. They haven't got out of line yet.
Mm-hmm.
Look how pretty he is.
The beautiful man.
He's a gentleman. Wink, wink.
Yeah. Spittoon.
Oh, that is one good thing that was lost.
Yeah, huh?
Those are so gross.
Yeah, they are.
I pay the person who has to.
Oh God, man.
Oh,
You
of
do
course.
get rain sometime, guys, you know?
Uh, imagine being the guy who has to fix the ceiling.
Yeah, huh?
Well, if he's the carpenter, he's like, yeah, cost of work right there. Job security.
Faust.
Is that Wait a
There are
minute.
so many stars in this movie, dude.
I know there's so many and guys who were on TV forever, and
And
it's great.
the old deputy that took the guns, man. That's another great character actor from the 60s, 50s and 60s, man.
Yeah,
Hmm.
amazing.
Yeah. I already did it.
Frank Stallone's in this one.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Oh Frank. He don't got what his brother got, that's for damn sure.
No, that star power didn't is not
No,
genetically passed.
it did not. Yeah. You can find Frank Stallone in it where he's the lead in the absolutely B, shall I say, C movie.
Yeah.
And it's really bad. It's as bad as you'd imagine. Oof. Oof. She got them bedroom eyes.
Hmm.
We may indeed if you get lucky. Every line. Not one yet.
Right in front of his wife.
Yeah, I know, huh?
well, she's a common law wife, and this is his, I think, second one.
Oh, I see.
So he's been trading in. Nothing new.
Common law.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible thing.
Common law.
Forcing dudes into marriage and all. I happily entered mine. You notice in
That's
this though?
you're only saying that because your wife is holding a knife right now.
No, no, no. She's actually getting dressed. That was a sideway look for sure. Um, it's interesting. If you, I don't know why they did this, but you see the women here are on their men's left, as it should be. But here with Wyatt, she's on his right.
Hmm.
I wonder if that meant anything, or it just happened to be the scene.
It probably means that they're becoming emotional distance.
I mean, I feel like it means something because a woman's usually on man's left hand side because in general we're right handed and it
Mm-hmm.
needs to be free, right?
Right.
I mean, I know I do that. I insist my wife is on my left at all times, right?
Hmm.
She's booing me now.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just old fashioned, but it's just the way I want to make sure my right hand's free, right?
Right.
I mean, I live in Japan. It's not like there's going to be anything ever happen, but I don't know. It's just kind of ingrained. I don't even put my back to a door, right?
Hmm.
I grew
Wow.
up in. Hmm? Well, I
I'm just
grew up in
saying
that environment, I guess.
you just have to watch out for the ninjas,
Well,
katanas.
I know it's silly, but it's just what I grew up in. I never put my back to a door. I never put myself in a situation I don't know exactly how I'm going to get out of it, ever.
Mm.
Always have an exit strategy.
Yeah, that's right. That's You're the doctor. You lose. Do I need to say it, Thunder, or do I need to say it?
You do not. I know exactly what you're going to say. Every single line.
Every single line, dude.
I do like how they have Earp. He totally just gets him. Like that's just his shtick. He understands
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah,
he doesn't know he knows he doesn't take it personally or anything.
yeah. The dusky hued Lady Satan. I love it. I remember you said that. Dude, I haven't watched this in a while, but it's ridiculous. Val Kilmer, literally every line. I'm going to watch the whole movie, and I'm going to see if he drops one, even one, or even a mediocre one.
I'm trying to think. No, as he gets spoilers, as he gets further and further into his illness, he gets better.
Yes, he
Honestly, like,
does.
it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, somebody just got smitten. They call that Twitter patient.
See, he's trying to do the right thing.
He is. I stand corrected, Wyatt. You're an oak. You're an oak. I can't even get it right, actually. Had to practice that one. I wonder how much he practiced that to get that just right.
Probably more than he wants to admit.
Maybe, yeah. Because he gets the oak is so perfectly said.
See, I don't have much experience acting, but I have a little bit, and I can tell you right now, acting as an actor that's acting is
Mhm.
hard. So
Yeah,
you
I
have to stay
imagine.
in the
Yeah,
character you're in, and then portray another character. You have to portray that character portraying that character.
yeah.
It's quite impressive, actually, when people can do it well.
Uh
$500.
oh. That's the rumor. Should I hate him? There's something around him.
Mm-hmm.
Something around the eyes. I don't know. I hate him. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we don't want a Latin off. There's no Latin off in here. No, I really hate him. Oh, oh, oh! This is. Oh, Oh! It's so badass. Yeah, you're so cool.
You
You're
want to talk
so
about
cool.
practice?
Just wait 1 second, because coolness is actually coming. That is pretty cool. He must have practiced a lot for that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Ocelot was in this movie.
uh, it's interesting how they're so casual with potential, violence and death, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's probably fairly realistic. I mean, it was hard out there.
I know. I love this scene, dude.
Oh, I love it.
uh, uh, great movie, man. Drinks are on me. $500 worth of drinks. Sweet.
That was a lot of money at that time.
And they throw a lot of money just in the air.
Yeah.
It's like, who's supposed to pick that up?
Live hard, live fast.
Like Clanton. Ooh. The name dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Peace officer. Oh, she's hunting him. You're being hunted, Wyatt. Run. It doesn't matter at all. Who cares if he's married? Yeah.
Never
Okay.
stopped her before. You can tell.
You can tell. Yeah.
The real immortal scene's coming up. Who I believe has joined us, Mr. Beowulf.
Oh, hey, Beowulf. What's up, dude?
Not
We're
much. How
watching.
you doing?
Oh, dude, we're watching Tombstone.
Greatest movie of all time. One of.
Hey, dude, this
It's
movie
up
is really cool, dude. Yeah. I'm your Huckleberry.
there. Yeah, there it is.
Uh oh. Everybody knows. Okay. Fortuitous. She used a big word.
She's using the big word now.
What? Oh man, shows how uneducated we've become.
Well, I use the word fortuitous all the time. What are you talking about?
And people have to ask you, what does fortuitous means?
Like, usually, yeah, that's unfortunate, but
So,
especially here in Japan. I mean, they never understand the word.
well, you're saying English instead of Japanese.
I'm an oak, all right. In Japan, they would say bendi.
Bambi?
Bendi.
Oh, Bendy. Not Benna?
No, not Bandai. That means something totally different. Oh, the love of the horse running. The chase. I'm not sure. I kind of prefer the beach chasing scenes over the horse chasing scenes, but
Well, you got to imply what the horses are doing.
yes, no, I get the point. I get it, dude. Yeah. Uh oh. She's impressing him now.
Poor horse.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
why are we going down this hill?
yeah. Well, one of the things I did like when the rules they changed in Hollywood was to try to protect the animals a little bit better, because in a lot of those old westerns, a lot of horses died. A lot.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Comic Book Bob says, well, time to get a beer. The woman's part of the movie is on.
Oh, comic book. Come on, you gotta have the softer sex on, because they make us not soft. It's important.
So, what are those flowers? I know there's a reason for those flowers.
So I just make an erection joke, and you talk about flowers. Jesus, man. Thundero, help me out, man. I'm
Well,
just
Paul eats a lot.
oh, okay, fine. I've been abandoned by my Thundero. I don't know where he is.
And Beowulf, he's not even commenting.
I know, huh? It's just us. Oh well.
I'm trying not to let the traffic in the background in too much.
Oh, I
Well,
see. Yeah,
we
no,
do
that's all cool,
appreciate.
dude. Glad to have you on here with us, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
good to be
those
here.
for those who don't remember, Beowulf lives on a highway, so everything goes through his house.
Wow, that'd be kind of suck having traffic go through my actual house.
I mean, it's convenient. He just has to jump into a passing car to get where
That's
he's
true.
going.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
And he is the legendary Beowulf, so he can do those kind
Yeah.
of things.
Oh.
Yes, best movie Val Kilmer ever did. Absolutely, man. We are counting every word he speaks in this movie, and we're seeing if he actually even has a mediocre line. Hasn't happened yet. How deep are we in this movie now?
I don't know. I don't want to touch it.
Oh yeah, don't touch it. Yeah.
There's no touching without consent. It hasn't given consent. You're a
You're a
daisy
daisy if you do. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So much quotable. It's like the whole script was like, here's these awesome lines. You just have to make them quotable, and he does
Yeah.
it.
And then, but who when they talk about one-liners, who they talk about? They talk about "I'll be back." I mean, really? I mean, really?
I mean, because Arnold does it every single time.
Yeah, but these are much cooler one-liners.
Yeah.
Nah, she's not a lady. She's female. There's a difference. Come on, Wyatt. He's smitten. Oh well. That's a nice little shot there in the sun, huh?
Yeah.
Look
Happy
at
for the
that.
rest of us. Being
You're right.
smitten with the wrong woman.
Let's see here. Earlier when Kurt slaps Billy Bob is one of my favorite scenes. Go on, skin that smoke wagon, see what happens. So awesome. Yeah, yeah, right, Beowulf.
Isn't Beowulf here?
Yeah, he is. He is. That's interesting. Comic book Bob says, I used to have this movie memorized. This and Big Trouble in Little China. I guess I had a thing for Kurt Russell. Dude, Kurt Russell is awesome. Name a movie he's not cool in. Name it.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
He was still cool in it.
What was he in that?
He was Ego
Your ego.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
with a planet.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't that bad in that.
No, I'm just teasing.
Beowulf is quoting some more. Yep. You're going to do something or just sit there and bleed.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
here's another superhero that he was in for Disney, Sky High.
Sky High. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. The only real problem with this movie is it needed more Sam Elliott.
Yes.
That's
But
about
that's
it.
every movie ever
Yeah,
made.
it's true. That is true.
You can just show up and say a line. I'd be happy.
Now, here's an interesting little opinion that's just coming here from a Tank Ferret. Uh, no, that's not Tank
Desert.
Ferret. That's Beowulf. Oh, you changed your icon, dude. I like this one better. Beowulf says Wyatt's wife is way hotter than his mistress, in my opinion. Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that. But that's all
Beowulf
about taste, though.
likes them fair, apparently. Likes the
That's
ladies to
all.
be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. But the whole which women is attractive to you or not, that is very subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Eye of the Beholder.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Look who we got. Look who just showed up in this movie, dude.
What was his name? Cole? That show. Oh,
Oh, the sheriff's from Alter Carbon. That's the movie that came from. He was It was the Chris. He was the hologram guy.
Yeah. I liked Alter Carbon, by the way. I thought it
Yeah.
was fun.
Isn't that also from the very bad Spider-Man 3? Isn't that Sandman?
Yeah. That's
Yes, it is Sandman, yeah.
Thomas
Which he
Hayden
actually
Church.
was. Yeah, he actually
Big
was.
Nose Kate is fine too. Yes, she is.
He was actually
Big
fine
nose.
as Sandman. It was just the movie was bad. He
No,
was a good
just another
character.
star showed up in the movie is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
I
wonder
think
how many of their careers were made from this movie, actually.
Probably quite a few.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, is he drunk or is he drugged?
Oh, he's
It looks,
high.
it looks
Yeah.
high as hell, dude.
That's opium right there. I
Maybe.
love that they actually stopped to reload.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I guess.
It's off camera, but if you count the bullets,
Two.
Well, that's 3 so far. That's 4.
Yeah, 2 bullets for each size. 3.
Yes. There he goes.
there's the pause.
Oh, it's a town matter. Marshal. So he's not a deputy. He's an actual marshal. Why don't you just leave it alone? Oh, wow. Here, yeah, you shoot that moon. You get it. You get that damn moon. Yeah,
He's on the real good stuff now, boys.
Yeah, he is. Why, sure, Dad. Only funnin'. Now you don't hear that word used anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Right in the heart.
Oh yeah. Brad.
That's what he should have done. He shouldn't have walked up to him and tried to
Yeah.
talk to him. He should just came up to him and knocked him out.
Yeah, well, he's an old dude. Yeah, it's interesting the way they portrayed it, right? Because he didn't mean to kill him. He just
No.
out of his head, right?
He's just super stoned.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh.
I love this movie.
Yes. He ain't bluffing. No, he ain't bluffing.
He got his gun cocked.
Yeah, he ain't bluffing. He'll kill me. Uh-oh. Dude, every line, dude.
Oh, this is how you know all award shows are bull crap.
Yeah.
He didn't win them all for this role.
And by the way, they call him Doc or Doc Holliday. For those of you who may not know, he was a dentist.
Yep.
Yeah.
He could shoot you, or he could pull those teeth.
Yes, he could. Yeah.
Back then, dentistry was pretty brutal, so you had to be a really tough man, hard man. Rip those teeth out of people's skulls.
Yeah.
They do have some. This movie has good cinematography too.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Mm. And I do like the extended version. It is. It's a good movie. I just we can't watch that here. This is way too long. But if you haven't seen it, you should check it out.
I didn't even know there was an extended version.
Oh yeah, it's like 3+ hours, dude. Oh, Verge is going to speak. No comment.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what this
oh, he
means?
guilt tripped them.
After we watch this film, it's that we'll have to watch Wild Earp.
The movie Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
That's not as good as this, dude.
Mm-mm.
Although it's probably more accurate, I would guess.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not actually super accurate to history, but it's all right. It works really well. Ah, Sam.
Couldn't
She got
just, he can't just stay out of it. He
yeah, but she's
can't.
got it. He can't. Yeah, I get it. I totally understand. I
Yeah.
get it 100%. I love how they added the lady who's taking care of the kids has got a knife cut across her face. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just an add a touch to it, right? Oh, uh oh. He's posting something. Oh no. You can't carry a gun in town. We had another look at that in Unforgiven, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh oh.
There's another great Western from this time.
Yeah. I told you. Oh, you tell him, Sam. Oh. He's not helping. He's not helping you, dude. He's not helping you. It,
And, and it's very well done because you understand both positions perfectly. It's not that he
Oh,
doesn't
sure.
care; it's just he's done his part. He wants to live a good life, the end of his life.
Yeah,
This is already after Dodge City and everything. He's
Yeah.
he's
that's
done
right.
more than enough.
Yeah. Move. Yeah, it's interesting he said that he's only actually killed one person, but you're about to add to that total, buddy. All right. He turned over his gun though. I thought that's cute.
hmm
Yeah, you got a new law. Here you go. Ooh. Oh, old classic.
Classic. That's beyond classic now.
Another great line coming up from Doc soon.
Oh, dude, we're counting and see if he has even a mediocre line in this movie. We're counting. So far, he's
It's a futile effort, but it's entertaining.
it is. Yeah. Nice voice. 36 hours straight gambling
And drinking.
and drinking. Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've done that.
Not yet begun to defile myself. I will not be pawed at very much. Oh, it's just destructive women.
She's a devil, man.
She is. Oh, uh oh. Ooh, he called them pimps. Ooh, he caught that bottle. You saw that?
hmm
It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the little touch. He doesn't worry about Ike at all. He deals with his brother.
hmm
Right?
There's just no fat on this movie.
Nope. Nope. Oh, Doc. Uh, I'm right as the male. What a line.
hmm
Unbelievable. I'm actually shocked. I expected I would have had a drop line by now, but none. Not even the little soft things in the background from him. I hope you die.
That would have been a nice quip from Doc. Said, "At my own time."
Oh,
Ike is a troublemaker. Uh-huh. This is what you call a redneck, by the way.
pistol whipped him.
Yep.
It is interesting how this movie basically proves all of our arguments against gun control.
Yeah.
He banned them in the town, but it still doesn't stop them.
Yeah. Oh no, the only people that pay attention to laws are law-abiding people, right?
That's right.
I mean, it's like New Zealand. We're gonna have new gun laws. Why? He broke a bunch of them. It didn't. What do you need new laws for? I think it's kind of along the understanding of, that laws actually keep order. Well, they don't. Enforcement keeps order.
Laws define order.
Mhm.
Going all the way back to Hammurabi.
That's right.
Oh, opium. It's been haunting us ever since.
Well, in this form, it's called laudanum, but yeah. It's because you're a drug addict, and she's prettier than you.
Oh, that's a little harsh.
No, he won't do that.
She is though. She's a harlot.
She is. Oh, she
The
said she was.
homewrecker.
She said she wasn't a lady. Yeah. That dusky devil, as Doc said.
Something
Devil
they're
lady.
definitely afraid to do in most modern movies now with a strong male lead is have him have a huge character flaw like this.
It is
That
good though.
that is redeemable but irredeemable at the same time. It's interesting. Something they wouldn't do today.
Oh,
Let's
I
not overlook how
belong.
great Ike is. Say, like, you love to hate Ike.
sure.
Mhm.
Sure. Well, there you go. You gave away all your surprise,
Yeah, you
Ike.
showed your hand.
That's why you're a shit poker player, Ike.
This is why you lost 12 hands in a row or whatever he said.
Yeah. And yes, I know. Ding ding.
I'll be happy when I start collecting. You and Booster making me a lot of money.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a terrible way to die.
Complete rest.
Get out of my sight.
He said you need to. He used the word marital impulse.
Mm-hmm.
What's an interesting way to put it, right?
The doc's like, no sex, and then doc's like, get out of my sight.
Yeah, and the first
I'd
thing,
rather
what's the?
die.
I know. And what's the first thing she does? She just comes up here and straddles him, right? This is a devil woman. You're a devil. That was a Boy reference. I just didn't do it as well as her.
You didn't have the craw accent.
Mm-hmm.
Southern crawl.
You're the devil. Devil. No, I can't get it right. He doesn't say anything straight in this movie. It's always, alliterated. Yeah, devil woman. Sarcasm.
Well, she does introduce him to the hot springs that ends up killing him faster.
You may be the Antichrist. I'd let her take care of me. I don't know. Uh-oh. This is trouble coming music. 6 of them. You see that coffee cup he's using right there? My grandmother had a whole bunch of those. I've actually drunk out of that same kind of cup. Uh-oh. He's got a badge now. Damn woman. This chick got to change jackets too. We got a badge on now. We got to have the 3/4 jacket. Uh-oh.
He needs his duster.
Yeah. Ooh.
Can't show he was bleeding when he gets shot.
Wyatt or Peacemaker. Uh-oh.
Well, there's a reason why they call those guns Peacemaker. And the man that holds them.
The OK Corral. Sam Elliott. Ah. Oof. Even the first straight comment we really got out of him, and it was awesome. A street howitzer.
The old street sweeper.
Yeah. I just I don't know who wrote this film, but they did a good job. A lot of research, very clever.
Who is that guy in the background in all white? I never noticed that before. It was interesting.
I missed it.
He had a white top hat on, a big white coat, riding around on a horse. Just rode it off in the back.
He might have been representing the Pale Rider. Some little hint.
Could be.
Right. Well, kind of
I mean,
funny. Yeah, that's probably the Pale Rider.
Maybe. Well, I mean, it's. I mean, death is coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But it was Kevin Jari who wrote this movie, and he actually was the first director, but then got fired.
Oh, well, he did a wonderful job. Your brother. That's how. Sam Elliott.
Bigger than his head. That's how.
It's interesting. She was taking a photo, but covered, but she seemed embarrassed. That was interesting.
Well, her clothes were see-through.
Oh, I see. I love that. I wonder how much they practiced that. That worked out really well.
What's
Yeah,
crazy
no.
is, from my understanding, they were even closer than this when this actually happened. They were right on top of each other.
Yeah.
I love when he sees it going to hell. He's like, ah, hell.
And old Ike didn't even pull a gun, did he?
Oh,
Oh. You think he dead? I think he dead. I like how sloppy it is too.
yep.
Oh. You're a daisy if you do.
Oh,
Oh my.
Even that little detail there, like historically, they don't know who killed him.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, it was a wild situation, and then, of course, there's an older movie called The OK Corral that details that a lot better, I'd say. But in this movie, it's just kind of a start to the problem, you know. Hmm.
Let you.
Twitter pated music. Damn it.
oh, Hollywood.
Hmm. It's interesting how just a simple little shootout became such an American legend, you know?
Yep. Absolutely. Everybody knows the shootout at the OK Corral.
Sure, yeah.
It's interesting how heroic looking just a duster is when it's
It's
shot at the
true.
right angle. The way it
Yeah.
blows in the wind and uh
Don't you wish we still dress like that?
yes, I
Yes,
do.
I do, actually, yeah.
And it's not just America, Chester. Like the OK Corral, the gunfight at the OK Corral it's known here in Australia, and my dad knew it from South Africa. Around the
Oh, sure.
world, it's legend.
It is legend, yeah. It's just interesting to me why. I mean, there were in the West, there was probably many, many situations just like that, maybe even cooler. But this one became legend, right?
I think it was had to do a lot with the characters involved.
Probably,
You
yeah.
know, a big cavalcade of individually all legends themselves, really.
Well, yeah, and like I had mentioned earlier with the dime store novel, those novels are sold all over the planet,
Mm-hmm.
and people that's kind of superheroes of the time were those cowboys in the Western America, right?
Yep.
I
So
think
I'm
it's
sure.
one of the later ones too, isn't it?
Yeah, this
Like
is like 80s, 1880s, I think.
Yeah.
didn't Wyatt Earp didn't John Wayne meet Wyatt Earp?
Oh, I don't know that. That's kind of interesting.
It,
I'm pretty sure he did.
John Wayne was in his early 40s, I believe, when he first started really making it big. So it's possible.
It is for sure. I know Denali is working on that to find out the interconnectivity of that. So that is cool, though. If John Wayne did meet him.
Yeah, he did meet him because when John Wayne was starting out, he was one of those extras. And while Earp used to consult in the early pictures for the Cowboys.
Well, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was an American hero, so.
Right. And while Earp was actually the last surviving brother, all his other siblings passed away before he did.
Oh.
And I think it was like 1937. Let me check again. When
That
he
would be
passed
about
away.
right. Yeah, the time frame.
Uh-oh.
I love this bit.
Yeah.
I'll play for blood.
It's this is every great civilization or whatever you want to call it has a heroic time. I would say this was probably America's. You would
Possibly.
so many heroes and heroic and great tales come out of it, and it's still iconic today, even 120 years after it's been over. There it is.
Boom. That's just my game. Lunger. He just drunk, that's all. It is interesting how they show friendship amongst the cowboys and such, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like the little one, and he said they just laughed at him, and he really was upset with them because he killed their friends. Hey, did someone just? Oh no, that was him. Sorry, gentlemen. Barber. Proceed,
So
sir.
yeah, so
Probably don't
1929
know.
is when Wyatt Earp passed away, but John Wayne met Earp as a prop boy on the John Ford's movies.
That's interesting.
Yep.
But yeah, you haven't been in the States for a long time, not living anyway, yeah?
I haven't. No.
In a lot of places, it is now illegal to get a hot shave like that.
Why?
Health nonsense. Supposedly it's unsanitary to use the same razor on that many different people.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. We've been doing it for thousands of years. All of a sudden, it's a problem.
Yeah, the straight razor is very old, and they clean it when they use it.
Yeah, it's the solution they clean it in. I guess is
Oh,
supposedly
Jesus.
toxic.
Yeah.
People are out of their freaking mind,
Just
dude.
busybodies, basically being busybodies.
Well, I know that they're now changing the razor blades for it, but I don't think it's the same as a straight razor.
You can still
And,
get it in a lot of places, but there's a lot of whole states that have outlawed it, banned it.
Well,
well,
I don't. I carry a beard, so I don't. But my barber does use a straight razor here in Japan, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he does use it when I do the cheeks and the throat. He does use a straight razor.
I love being shaved. It feels so good, so relaxing.
It is a bit of pampering, yeah. And they do here the old-fashioned way where it takes like an hour and they do your
Mm,
hair and they do like even like a kind of a clubbing type of massage on your shoulders and stuff like that.
nice.
Yeah.
Excuse-
I didn't know that though. I mean, they just can't leave it alone, right? It's like
no,
the Swedish trying to tell men you can't have urinals anymore. It's like,
yeah.
go to hell, lady.
Oh,
Why didn't you finish the job, huh? What was that?
I have a feeling they were trying to just scare him because I don't
Maybe.
know
Well,
why they wouldn't have finished the job right there.
yeah.
It's funny, I do that with my dog all the time. Feed her pasta.
Yeah.
She loves it.
Oh yeah. Mine sits at the side of the table patiently waiting. Well, I wouldn't say patiently, but waiting. He didn't forget nothing, dude. They set the mood really well with the lightning and this everything too. It's nice.
Mhm.
Mm. It's all right. It's just the left one. You don't need it much.
I do.
Yeah, I joke. I'm a left-hander too, dude. I'm.
Luckily, I grew up in a time where it was still people still wanted you to use your right for everything a little bit, so I can do a little bit of everything with my right. Like I can
Oh
throw, I can
no.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I do everything with my right actually because I was from the earlier time than you, where
Mm,
actually the teacher would whack you in the back of the head for using your left.
yeah,
I grew up in that time, so actually I am ambidextrous by force
I don't understand why he's mad at Wyatt. What did he do?
because Wyatt is trying to protect them and he's being prideful and honorable. You tell him, Yandu.
Look at that duster blowing in the wind. Look
Yeah,
at
I
it.
know. Yeah, I totally forgot Yandu was in this movie, dude.
A very, very young Yandu.
Yeah.
even in his career, he's was an outlaw, whether blue or white, still an outlaw.
He often plays a bad guy with a good heart. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Shot him in the back. red sash. Now, is that actually outside, or is that a sound stage?
I don't know. Oh man, people often say they want to go
Yeah,
back
it's
in
too bad
time, but
too. Well, he's got the pretty one too. His wife, that's the pretty
yeah.
one. Shoot, there's a gun right there. Shoot it.
Oh,
Uh oh.
It has to be the crumple up version because I think this is after the Civil War.
We're all gonna die. Boom. Oof. That was a good death scene.
it was Breath of the Dying.
Uh oh. It's on now. This is what the people mean by don't poke the bear.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And around here is actually where the extended version is. There's a lot of they add a huge chunk to the middle of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Just went and ruined that shirt. Oh no. Here we go. Oh. Not a line. Wow. Freaking Val Kilmer, dude.
Very underrated.
Yeah, no, I just we haven't seen a line dropped yet. I don't know what you're there for, Ike or Coward. Leaving town. Hmm. That's such an interesting scene, right? So was she just there to show up the wife? Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
God. it's a bit of a walk of shame in a way, huh?
A little bit.
Bye. Ike.
Yeah, I don't think he kind of meant what he meant, that it's over.
Well, it's actually very clever for him to leave and then come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get his family safety. That's what he's trying to do. I wouldn't send Ike to do anything. Are the extended scenes good, or is it trimmed version better? Oh, this is a tighter movie, but the extended version is, if you love the movie, you should watch it. Of course you don't. You're the devil. Oh, jeez. At least he's aware of his degeneracy. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm. The ray of sun coming through the clouds. Yeah, I forgot how good the cinematography is actually.
It's a, it's sadly the only thing in Hollywood that's actually, in a lot of ways, stayed as well, or in some ways improved.
Yeah, no,
The
that's true.
writing and the directing, however, certainly has
Unfortunately. Uh-oh. There goes Ike again. That's one.
That's one.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, Ike.
Oh, that's just nasty.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-oh. Kerr. Kerr. Oh,
They done did it now.
yeah. I love the sun shots in this. That is a beautiful shot, dude. Oh, come on. He came in on a horse. You couldn't do better than that. Damn.
Couldn't at least hit the horse?
Yeah, I know, right? Oh. Opium. Oh, whoa! That's not the. No, you're wrong there.
It's going to have a little bit more of a kick than he was expecting.
He just straight up murdering people now. Oh, the Dragon Saloon. Or the Dragoon, sorry.
This is a very interesting movie because in reality, it's the protagonists that carry it more than the villains, in my opinion.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
he's not
sure.
a bad
That's
villain.
true.
He's fine, and I think the guy who plays Ringo is fine. But Val Kilmer and Kurt just kill it. They just
Yeah, they
kill
do.
it.
Yeah. Don't forget Yandu. He's suffering too. No. No.
I think Mr. Earp has done snapped.
Yeah, I think so. Well, was it Curly Joe or Curly Bill or whatever? He
Bill.
gone.
Curly Bill.
Uh, uh, wow. I can't believe I forgot Yandu was in this movie, dude. A Reckoning. Friendship. I don't. Yeah. Actually, there's a good line like that in Young Guns, too,
Mm-hmm.
which was the other option for today, but I'm very happy we went with this one.
Young Guns is good though.
It is good. It is. It's a great fun movie. Oh no. Oh, poor Billy Zane. He just got to be beautiful. Hmm. Oh, he's got that city hat on. Oh, it is, right?
Oh yeah.
That's a city hat. Hmm. Old Stagecoach. You ever seen that that movie? Not Stagecoach, but the one that I think John Wayne. It's got the stagecoach they turn into like a tank almost. What's that
Uh,
one called? It's a good movie. I like that one.
Repeat that because I'm trying. It's like,
There's a stagecoach and they're trying to move money and they turn the stagecoach into kind of like a tank.
hmm.
I'm trying to remember. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, John Wayne. Oh, okay. I say he's down to about 32% lung. Now I don't know if they really said anything. Just call him a lunger, but I'm assuming this is tuberculosis.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's TB.
So wouldn't it be
Oh,
just called
well,
Stagecoach?
hold on. You guys are missing a very monumental moment. You understand who that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking
Just
Charlton Heston, dude. From my cold dead hands, indeed, sir.
Mm-hmm. Talk about a legend.
Yeah, that's freaking Moses, man.
A man who was not afraid to act in a movie that was ridiculously long.
Yeah, I know, right?
Most actors shy away from parts like that. He would go right at them.
Ah, he's a great actor and a great American too.
Back before California became a cesspool.
Yeah, well, there's still good people over there, man. They're just kind of outvoted.
They're outnumbered,
Yeah.
relegated to the north. It's,
Oh yeah, Chester. The movie was Stagecoach.
Is it Stagecoach? Is that what it's
Mm-hmm.
called? I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was more like War Coach or War Wagon or something like that.
hang on one second here. There we go. It was slowing down a little bit for me there for a second, but it's working better.
Yes, go away, Devil Woman. They got several devil women in this movie, huh?
Indeed.
Everyone has a flaw. Every character has a flaw.
Yeah, yeah, as they should. And this is what they don't understand. What a lot of the modern movie making they're making, and people aren't liking it. And they don't get why. They can't understand possibly why, right?
And it's interesting. It's because we want these people to look like humans, to act like humans. They
Yeah,
screw up.
yeah. See, the Greeks got it.
Yep. People don't want to look at perfection. Perfection makes us feel inferior.
Yep. Also unrealistic.
Yes.
Oof. Yep. Yep. They just broke another cardinal rule amongst men,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Well, the other one could be the War Wagon.
I think it's War Wagon. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Damn it.
Mm.
And the Yondu didn't even get to say anything about Mary Poppins at all.
I've watched this movie so many times, and I remember him getting dragged behind the horse, but I never remember that scene where he was talking to him.
Oh, uh-oh. Ooh, lightning on mountaintop. That has meaning.
You know what's kind of funny with Michael Biehn? He almost lost an audition for Terminator
Mm-hmm.
because he was doing a play that caused him to have a Virginia Southern accent,
Oh,
and
really?
because he's a method play actor as well, that they thought that was his real accent, and they didn't want to cast him because he's like, we didn't want to differentiate the main lead anywhere, you know.
Oh,
And he's like, no, give me a moment to kind of lose the accent. It's not my real accent.
that's interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah,
He was great in that movie.
yeah.
Here we go. Revenge. For what? Being born. Great line, dude. Not one dropped. Unbelievable.
And he's not done yet.
No, he's not.
My wife says "night, love you" too. I'm hoping only to me, but maybe to all of you too.
Well, I'll take it.
Good night.
Love you too. My wife and daughter went into town, I think. It's been very quiet. I'm not hearing any commotion from them. They must have gone out. Daddy's being born and watching some stupid movie, I guess. Yeah, he never did get, was actually deputized, huh? That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It's really an extended cameo, really.
Mm.
But it's just so cool that he's in this movie too. Showdown. Mhm.
Now you want to talk about a great scene.
Yeah. And I don't know how it came to be, though. How did this happen? It doesn't matter, but
There it is. There's the more iconic of the two times he says that.
yeah. Yeah. You look like someone just walked over your grave. I wasn't. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, but how did he get here ahead of Wyatt, though?
Rode
Movie
faster.
magic.
Movies. Yeah, movie
Movie
magic.
magic.
I know. I'm
Well,
not complaining.
supposedly, what the story is, and I'm not sure if this is verified or not, because this whole situation is not verified that this actually occurred, was that they set up camp and um, Doc said he had, to take care of some things and kind of left, to they thought he was going to cough blood and didn't want to be seen and went ahead to meet Ringo and he fired the shots and came following when he heard the shot because it was close by. And that's how it occurs. But we were looking to know what happened in the situations
Come
because
on.
nobody is alive to tell it.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You're no Daisy at all.
Oh,
I'm afraid the strain was more than he could bear. Awesome.
oh, come on, Rabbit.
He lied. And in the extended scene, they might have had some kind of explanation. My hypocrisy only goes so far. Goes only so far. That's actually a better way. How can one character have so many perfect lines in a movie? I can't think of any other movie that applies to.
No, the like I said, the next closest one I can think of would be Heath Ledger's Joker. How great it's delivered.
Yeah. Yeah, he
How
did a great job.
it's just a perfectly written and acted role. Get tap from around the horse. Uh,
You would think they'd take the damn sashes off by now, right?
right, just screw it. I'm out.
Yeah, right? This is a nice little montage, though. Oh, no, Ike. See? The consummate coward. You gonna let him go? Don't let him go. Shoot him. We gotta kill Ike. God. Actually, I don't know about you guys, but I actually grew up. I rode a lot of horses when I was young. I had some access to it.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. My aunt and uncle owned a couple horses. It's great.
Yeah, no, I loved riding. Of course, I've never ridden a horse and shot a gun at the same time. I guess I should put that on my bucket list.
Probably gonna
I
have to
have,
come back to America to do that, Chester.
yeah, well, now I have ridden a horse and shot an arrow at the same time, poorly, but I have done that. I was actually in the SCA, and we used to do that kind of practice, and
It's
it's very
amazing
difficult, you know.
how effective that was in warfare for so long, and it's super
Yeah.
hard.
It's very hard, dude. And I was even using a Mongolian saddle, which
Mhm.
actually has four stirrups, not two. They have a set of stirrups that are up higher on the horse, and
Right?
you put your in there and you put your knees kind of like on the neck of the horse, and you just kind of stand up like that for shooting.
Mhm.
But it's really hard, dude.
Yeah, I rode a little when I was younger, but never owned horses. Would love to,
Oh,
but
me either. Yeah.
The horse is another animal very similar to the dog that is just ingrained in humanity's nature.
It is, but over here in Japan, they didn't really have tons of access to it, and they eat them.
Yeah.
I've told them how wrong they are. Actually, I had a bunch of we were at like kind of a party with a bunch of my adult students, and they
Mhm.
ordered raw horse meat and eating it, but they were literally hiding it under the table and passing it so I wouldn't see it. Not to offend the sensei, right?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, the, that's a really interesting scene. Well, listen to the stereo going on in our heads, huh? That's
Yeah.
interesting little effect. Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Somebody give this man an Oscar already.
I
Holy
know, right?
crap.
Claps for the Val Kilmer. Perfect movie, man. Yes, definitely claps. I know Danelli hates this, so everybody do it. Ah, little dime novel, right? My friend Doc Holliday. I like that they put that little touch in there. That's cool, huh?
Mhm.
He always
Hmm.
thought he was gonna die with his boots on.
Yeah, yeah. Her name is Josie.
Apparently.
Nah, she's just the devil lady, dusky devil lady. Mm, mm. Ooh, it's interesting. I love you the rest of your life, not mine. Your life. That's interesting. My family's rich.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be dancing all night long.
Uh, Virgil just couldn't let it go.
Mm. Wow. Tom. Oh, wow.
And
It's
there we
interesting.
are.
Great movie. No, this one deserves cocktails. I'm giving it cocktails. Lots of cocktails.
I wonder if Hollywood Pictures is defunct. We haven't seen that production from them for a while now.
They might be.
Like I
Mm.
was saying, this was the American time of heroes. You know,
Yeah,
every
no.
every every great Western civilization, and really Eastern civilizations too, have them. Where there's some myth, some legend, but it all comes back to heroic men doing heroic things.
Sure. I suppose Australia's was Crocodile Dundee.
Come on, mate.
So National Treasure, haven't they seen the latest travel ads?
So I couldn't resist that. That's funny. All right. I'm going to switch this back over on the other side.
Val Kilmer.
I
Michael
just don't
Bean.
I don't understand how Mr. Kilmer didn't get all the awards that year for that
He
role.
should have. He should have. I mean, all the acting in this is very solid. I didn't see any poor acting at all, actually.
No,
But it's just literally every line,
yeah,
right?
it's flawless.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could say he could have done it better. You could do it differently, maybe, but I don't see how it could have been any better.
No.
The most important thing is believability, and you absolutely believe every word he says.
Yeah. And he does it in such an interesting and cool and even comedic way.
Yeah, he's charming and devilish and threatening all at once. It's
Yeah.
unbelievably hard to pull off, but he did it.
Billy Zane. Poor Billy.
Poor Billy.
And hail to Yandu. Talk about a guy who's done so many movies and been done bit parts and so much stuff, and he doesn't become legend until he says, "I'm Mary Poppins, y'all." I mean, come on, dude, right?
uh,
That was such a touching moment too. That was
yeah,
really
that was really good.
well done.
That was probably the most touching moment in the MCU, to be honest. That
Maybe
whole arc of Yondu and Star Lord throughout that
Peter,
movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of people really like the "I don't want to die, Mr. Stark" from Spider-Man, but eh,
I don't think that's touching. I think that's
Meh.
tragic. I
it's
would
more
say that's more
tragic. Yeah.
tragic. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. And unfortunately, and I do think in the next iteration of this, it's just not going to be as good as Infinity War. I'm very leery of this movie.
Well, to be fair, it's going to be tough. I mean,
Yeah,
because Infinity War is really, really good flick. I mean, if you watch that, the pacing is just ridiculously tight for
yep.
such a long movie. It's really, really good pacing. And the acting is stellar, and yeah, that's a really good movie.
It's definitely a hard act to follow. I
It
almost wish
is.
they would have just done it in one longer movie because I'm just leery that I have a feeling they're going to write Thanos off early, and that'll be pretty much it with him. And that'd be a shame because they nailed it. They killed it with Thanos.
Well, I have a feeling what's going to happen is we're going to go back and we're going to experience many of the movies before in different ways.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're doing. So it could be interesting.
we'll
And
see.
we'll have to wait and see.
And
And
I one last thing. I hope they paid attention to and it's probably intentional, to the memes talking about going for the head, and that they actually do that. That if they're going to do time travel, they could do it. Have
mm.
somebody tell Thor to go for the head, and at some point that he doesn't understand what that means, and then in that moment he figures it out and goes for the head.
Well, interesting thing with that in mind. Of course, the Japanese watch the Marvel movies too. They're worldwide popular, right?
Hmm.
And I have, of course, a school full of children. And I was actually the other day. I had my high school class. Not all of them, but a chunk of them graduated, and they're all moving on to college.
Nice.
So they kind of came back for like a last class with Sensei, right?
Hmm.
And we had kind of a little party type of thing with the girls. And but it was interesting. We got into a conversation talking about Marvel movies and the current Captain Marvel, which is out, which many of them had seen, and it's without any prompting from me at all. Right, this is their conversation.
Hmm.
They had said they're really worried that they're gonna make her the solution in the next movie and
Yeah.
take away all the momentum that's been built up with the cast of the Avengers. This is from high school girls, by the way,
Yeah.
in Japan.
Nobody wants that. I hope they're smart enough to realize that literally nobody wants to see that. She can be
Yeah,
there, she can do her thing, that's fine. But this is their movie. It's been 10 years. They've devoted their careers to this.
yeah,
They deserve it. Every single one of those actors deserves a hurrah, if it's going to be the last one, especially
yeah.
in that movie.
Well, imagine this though, because she's gone on and she said very negative things about her co-stars, right?
Mhm.
If they do that, right, and it's not only does she get the winning stroke, she also gets the spit on them as she's walking out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. I think that
No,
would that there may not be any recovering from that from a marketing standpoint.
yeah,
Uh,
it's
these characters are especially with these specific actors will never be forgotten, at least not for 100 years. They've done such an amazing thing,
yes, they have.
and it will never be forgotten. So
Yeah.
if they do go that route in full on Mary Sue her and just have her shine above everybody else for the reasons of woman, I guess, I don't know. Um, I don't think it's forgivable. It'd be like Last Jedi killing Luke Skywalker. It was just
Yeah.
unforgivable for half the audience. They won't
And
ever.
they didn't even tell him they were killing the character off, right? They actually
Didn't
took
even
a
give him
scene
the.
and they CG'd him out, and just had the drop in clothing. He didn't
Yep.
even know until he saw the movie that his character was dead.
Yep. It's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
Pretty horrible. But let's talk about a good movie like Tombstone. That is
Yeah,
a
no.
great movie. pulled off
Yeah.
excellently. Great cast on all sides. Fantastic film. Glad we watched it.
I
Miramax.
could I could literally sit down and watch it again right now,
Yeah, so can I. Yeah.
and enjoy it as much as I just enjoyed it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something. That's the hallmark of a classic right there. You can just
Yeah.
keep watching it. It just never gets old.
Yeah, no, it's an absolutely wonderful house. House. I'm sorry. Look at the state house that Beowulf has on his icon. It's a wonderful movie. See what you
Yeah.
did, Beowulf. It's your fault.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
I've literally seen that movie literally dozens of times, and
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
never grown old.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched it that much. That's probably the second, third time I've watched it, maybe. But I very rarely watch a movie more than once anyway.
You have
But
a decision to make.
yeah,
What are we watching next?
next week, I don't know, Tombstone.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
I got
sounds
my
good.
Western fix. I'm fine with whatever anybody wants to throw.
How about War Wagon?
Real
That's
old.
more. That's a little bit more really niche, dude. I love it, but I don't know how many other people would. No, I think we should change genre. You know what I want, and we haven't had really yet. Well, there's a couple things we haven't done yet. One, we haven't watched a superhero movie, and two,
Blade,
Blade. All right,
come on,
Beowulf.
man.
I know it was supposed to be my choice, Blade. Beowulf. So Blade would have been my choice too. So there it is. It's decided. Blade.
All right, let's do it.
Alrighty.
Beowulf just causing me all kinds of consternation today, isn't he?
When does
Sorry, man.
That's all right.
In-game come out? Next month, right? The end of next month.
Next month. Yeah.
We should definitely watch Infinity War before it comes out.
We should. I think we should. Maybe the week of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that idea entirely.
Sounds good. Yeah, but no, I
might,
think
depending on how that movie turns out, I might be a bitter man, though. I'm going to be honest with you.
I have a feeling it'll be at least okay, dude. I mean, they haven't dropped the ball yet. Even the Captain Marvel, we know we have. So I mean, it's just a movie, and she's just an actress, but we have extra frustration because of the actress and her attitude. But it seems to be a middling movie. It's not a failure, right? So they haven't dropped the ball yet. And I don't expect them to do it with the next movie either. But the question really for me is, do we watch Blade or Blade 1 or 2 though?
One.
I don't know.
Both.
Come on. When you think of Blade, you always think of the opening scene.
Yeah, no, you're right. But that Blade 2 is really good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, Blade 2, I'd say, is the better film
Mm.
overall.
But no, it's probably right. We should go to the original, I guess. And it's a really good movie as well. But Blade 2 is, I love that. It's so killer. But yeah, no, we'll go to Blade 1. And awesome.
All right.
Yep.
Spectacular.
Sounds good. Yeah. And I'm just kind of curious, Beowulf, why do you have a state house on your as your icon?
It's
Why?
it's a stave church.
Yes, I
It's
know.
well, I'm a Christian and I love it. I love Norse history and it's beautiful. The architecture's amazing. I just love it.
Yeah, it is beautiful. That is true. And yeah, well, you are called
I think
Beowulf, so
I think I was just blown away when I found out that it existed. I never knew that kind of stuff, that kind of architecture existed in Norway and stuff. And when I found out, I was like, wow, I never got taught that in school or anything. It's part of our history, and I love it.
Did you know that Beowulf is considered the very first English story?
It is the oldest extant manuscript in English. Yeah.
That's right. And I've heard Beowulf in its original tongue, by the way. It's very cool, dude. Have you ever heard?
Chester? Holy cow.
Um,
You walked right into that. Come on.
no, but no, because in the anthropology department they had like a series of, I don't know, plays, I guess, kind of like a play or more of a reading, and because I was in the linguists, I was studying for linguistics, and people would come up and read things in their original tongue, and you could sit and watch it. It was kind of fun, but I've heard the Beowulf, the saga of Beowulf in Old English, and it is cool. If you guys, I don't know where you could find it, but if you guys can find something to hear Beowulf being read in Old English, check that out, man, because that is badass.
Yeah, there's quite a bit on YouTube. A lot of people trying to relearn the old tongue and
Oh yeah.
Old English. You can like get the Lord's Prayer and stuff in Old English as well.
Oh
It's
really?
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much the language has changed in just
Oh,
a thousand
yes.
years
It's
or
completely different
thousand
language.
two
Yeah.
hundred years.
Yeah, it's a shame, the beauty of old European culture that has been lost
Mm.
in the last few hundred years.
Well, it has that really it has that real nice baritone feel to it. You know, it kind of like pushes you toward the baritone sound because of the guttural throat necessity to make the right sounds. It's just beautiful language, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in a lot of like Viking shows and stuff, in order to make the Norsemen seem tougher and stuff, they usually make like the English like really almost effeminate, you know. And it's like when you listen to Old English and you look at their history and their poems and stuff, it's like no, they were pretty much Vikings as well. I
Yeah.
mean, these were warrior people. It was an
Oh yeah,
intense
no,
time.
that's true. The language definitely has that feel. It has a feel of strength, power, and do not make my axe angry.
Which was
Yeah,
definitely intentional. Um,
I'm sure it was. Yeah.
it was pronounced that way with that specific intent to convey power.
Yeah. But anyway, it's just a suggestion. I don't. You guys say there's stuff on the YouTube, so that's cool. The Lord's Prayer, I guess. I'd have to check and see if they have Beowulf. But like I said, I've heard many of those old things. But I remember the Beowulf one because it was this dude that had came over because I went to Brown University, and Brown is affiliated with Cambridge, I guess, or Oxford, or one of those. But one of those dudes from one of those professors from over there came in. It was kind of doing like a lecture, and during the lecture, he just did huge sections of Beowulf, dude. It was awesome. It was like over a week, I think. It was 10 days, maybe. 10, yeah, it was 2 weeks to 5 class. Yeah, yeah, it was 10 classes. Yeah, but that was really cool, dude.
Awesome.
Anyway, has nothing to do with Tombstone, but oh well.
Well, it kind of does actually, because Beowulf is again what I was talking about, that heroic era tale for the old English people. That would be a very similar idea, and for us, the West, for Americans, um, it's just interesting. The Greeks had their, obviously their ancient, what they would consider ancient myths and heroic tales and their tragedies, which many of them were probably based in some form of reality, like
Well,
Troy, things of this nature. So it's just the same.
Beowulf. Beowulf is really kind of a retelling of Hercules, really.
Yeah.
And of course, Hercules is this tale. I don't know if you guys knew this, but the Hercules character can be found all across the world. That
Mhm.
story, and some things are not exactly the same, but there's certain elements that are always remembered. The strength, alcohol is involved, usually also in victory. A serpent, a multi-headed serpent, usually, and the defeat of that serpent. These things are steady throughout the world, which is kind of interesting. It's obviously coming from some older, earlier story that we all knew at one time, and it just kind of spread around the world. But Beowulf is basically Hercules. I mean, if you take a look at it, you'll see the connections immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the difference with the Western is because it happened not that long ago. Like we pointed out earlier, Wyatt Earp met
Mhm.
John Wayne. You know,
Yeah.
so it's closer to us and closer to the time that we had film. You know, and we could capture it closer before it had time to become more myth. What's
More of a
the
Yeah,
word I'm looking for?
mythological. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's absolutely true, dude. Absolutely. Now, I was joking earlier, but because we're such insular Americans, well, they are. Can you tell us a little bit of maybe about some kind of South African or Australian heroes? There must be some.
in Australia, a lot of people look up to Ned Kelly, who was a bushranger, a bank robber. Um, he kind of had that spirit of defiance and
The
because
outlaw.
like the Australian people, they were convicts, right? Like a lot of them were convicts who came over.
Yes.
So he kind of had that spirit of sticking it to the man.
Oh, yeah, and
Um,
a couple centuries later, you can't even tell, dude. Not at all.
South African, I'm not really. I mean, there's a lot in the Boer War.
Sure.
Which is again is the Afrikaners fighting for their independence against the English who came over. As far as individuals, Delary was one of the generals. He's known as the Lion of the West Transvaal.
Oh, he's in a couple of movies actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ned Kelly. I've seen a couple of Ned Kelly movies as well, or at least he's in them.
Yeah, Heath Ledger is in a Ned Kelly movie.
Yeah,
he plays Ned Kelly. But yeah, I don't know. There's just not as many movies about Australian heroes and South African ones. They are out there. You got the Battle of Rorke's Drift. You got the movie Zulu, of course.
Of course, Zulu Dawn as well.
I think like a lot of the South African stuff hasn't fared as well with the political correct climate.
Well, they're basically murdering anything that's white, so there won't be any white people left in South Africa for very long, actually. But that's which is sad. I'm really interesting to see if Trump actually steps in, especially after what he said, some of the things he said about now not wanting to do that stuff. But South Africa is a tragic situation, ongoing. But I would say my favorite African hero is Alan Quatermain.
Alan Quatermain.
That's a fictional character. He's not real.
I was gonna say that's a pretty awesome name. That's
hence my silence.
No, I love the Alan Quatermain stories. They're cool.
Nobody has that awesome of a name. Darn it!
It is a badass name. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you all for joining us and coming over here today and watching Tombstone. It's what great fun that movie is. And next week we're going to watch Blade, which is a very different kind of movie, but fun itself. And of course, we'll watch the Infinity War 2, which is an epic watch in and of itself. And it'll be interesting to have some some commentary on that, because one thing I've noticed by doing the commentary, I'm actually paying a lot more attention to the movie instead of just absorbing and enjoying it, right? Mm-hmm. So I actually think I notice it. It's actually a different way to enjoy a movie, making commentary on it. I'm having fun with it. I hope you guys are too. I know this is a much smaller group that comes over and does this with us, and I get it. But we're going to keep doing Bunny Vision Movie Night because we like it. Even if it's just us sitting down having a movie, I'm happy with that, dude.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean it's the weekend.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now tomorrow, however,
Saturday night.
Yeah, true. Well, it's my Sunday morning, but nevertheless, tomorrow, however, guys, we are going to be doing something very different, and we're going to be having our third episode of TFT, and that stands for, of course, Tinfoil Talk, and we're going to be talking about out of our ass, might I say, about bloodlines. And conspiracy theories, which we do love, and it's a lot of fun. So definitely come over there and make sure you correct the Chester as much as possible, because he needs correcting. And just come and have fun with us with that. You guys going to join us for the conspiracy theory talk tomorrow?
I should be. I'm going to be working on my vehicle. Me and my buddy are, but I should be done by then, and I should be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know tomorrow.
Oh no, we love to have you, dude. And of course, make sure Thundero, that your wife comes and says love you again to me. Tell her how much that meant to me. It touched my heart.
If I go tell her right now, I'm gonna get slapped because she's sleeping.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And of course, tell her I'm just playing around. I have a loving wife who I love very much, who, if it was here, she'd be slapping me too. So, conspiracies are fun, Jordan. They are. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're going to end it up here today for that. And thank you all for coming. And as usual, we're going to let Denali take us out, and any updates or whatever I might have forgotten. But to keep one thing last in mind, Tales from Beyond the Gate. If you haven't checked that out yet, please go do that. We need your support. Go ahead, Denali.
We only have 23 days left on that project, so we want to make it to the $10,000 goal. So please.
Yep, that's our goal. We want to get it printed. Yeah.
We want to get printed, so please share it to your friends, families, co-workers, people who would be interested in it. Back it if you haven't backed it, and support it. We do appreciate every contribution and all our backers thus far. But as always, your perception shapes your reality, so always make it a good one. Thanks for watching.
Namaste. Later, guys.
Aloha.